I think you should try to get triggered. Now, I understand that there are people on the edge that are in a very precarious position, and those people shouldn't be triggered. I get it. But for most people, if you have the idea that you should not be triggered, you cannot be triggered. You're just protecting yourself from healing the issue that you don't want triggered. So, like I said, if somebody's really on the edge and they're barely holding it together, then of course I wouldn't want to trigger them. And I wouldn't advise them to work with me either. And if they did, I would advise them to really think about it and definitely tell me how on the edge they are. But I'm talking about all the other people. And the other people are most of us by far. And I think that the idea that getting triggered is a bad thing needs to change in the mass consciousness. The way I look at it, if somebody is able to trigger me in a way that I didn't see coming, I am grateful to them. I might not like them. I might be pissed at them. I might have a lot of negative opinions about them on many levels. But if you push a button in me that brings out a very irrational response, I turn into the scientist of healing, the wizard, and I say, wow, what's that? Okay. And I get fascinated and I go to the roots. And the first thing that I do is I feel how triggered I am. And I experience that feeling of being triggered and I let it move through my body. I let it rearrange what it needs to rearrange and move through. And half the time, that's all it takes, is just letting it move through. And then maybe it comes up again, you let it move through, it comes up again, you let it move through. And then it's kind of not that noticeable anymore. Other things that, those things that set you off for hours or days, where you're just really focused on this theme, well, that takes a little bit more work and a little bit more getting to the bottom of the origins of the issue. And so I do that. Now, I've been doing this work with clients for 25 years, so it's easy to do it on myself. And I'll tell you one thing, no matter how long you've been working on yourself, there's always more to do. So I want you just to consider that being triggered is potentially a good thing. It's like if a doctor says, where do you feel pain? And you tell the doctor, don't talk about pain. I don't like talking about pain. That triggers me. Well, then how's the doctor supposed to figure out what's wrong? And that goes the same emotionally as it does physically. If we're going to find out where the energy is stuck, we have to find the trigger. And the trigger will lead us to the place where we have resisted our emotions and therefore resisted the natural process in our body for allowing our emotions to heal. So I recommend looking at triggering events as golden opportunities for self-healing. Now, if you get triggered and you feel that you have no ability to do any self-healing, then you need to reach out to somebody like me or your therapist or whoever, a good friend, and talk about being triggered. Talk about how it feels. And always look for this one thing. Where do you feel it in your body, and how does it feel? Okay, if the triggering thing is felt in the heart, it's different than if it's felt in the belly or in the throat. Okay, so feel it as a physical feeling and really allow it to be there, and just sit with it. Don't reject it. Don't try to heal it right away. Don't try to make it go away. Just let it be there. Notice what memories come to mind, what scenarios come to mind, what your imagination cooks up, and just sit with it. And sometimes it'll move really quickly when you do that, and when it comes back, if it comes back, just do it again. And if it's more powerful than that, get some help. Because all of these triggers can be diffused. And when you do diffuse them, life changes dramatically. And it's fun. All right? Try it out. Tell me how it feels. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.